Всем привет! Ну что, сегодня у нас в планах добить квест Дурина. У нас на это дело, сейчас скажу сколько, 1,5 часа. Ну, я надеюсь, что не впереди. Не есть. Не в чате. Интересный ник. Ты нас не заметил, не пинги.
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero. No, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing Fairy Tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But The power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing. As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and but first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it...
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the Sage Witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring, and so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
О, господи. Ай, обалдеть. Не, мне больше нравится котик с Карой, чем этот вариант. Котик как-то очаровательнее выглядел.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Вот это я понимаю, вот эта милота пришла.
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story.
Что за Майнкрафт? Не, это не Майнкрафт, это... Ну, насколько я помню, они тогда были как бумажные человечки, по-моему. 2 года назад в ивенте. Да, котик хорош.
But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot forward.
Остальные ситы.
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway. Intricately crafted, it seemed to lead them towards another exciting chapter.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter? Here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Привет, привет, Вить.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead.
Здесь ну да не страшно, мы как раз только начали. Встретились с Альбедо, и он понял, что он является подсказкой в книге, ну и, собственно, отправились в книгу, и вот тут это происходит.
Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is Durin still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless...
Do you think we could just destroy it? Be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own, doesn't it all come down to the fact that this heart never truly died? What if, here in this story, we could finally destroy it?
Could Aunt Alice's magic really allow us to do what's theoretically meant to be impossible?
На таймер будет не паникуем. От одной этой фразы уже начинаю паниковать.
Either way, it's an intriguing idea. I'm not opposed to giving it a shot.
Что-то у него какая-то очень злобная моська при этом.
It's just... I'm still afraid someday, even you guys will end up forgetting me. If there's even the slightest chance it'll prevent that, I'm willing to try anything, but I'm not sure if I can destroy it on my own. Chances are, I'm gonna need your help again. So please, everyone, help me destroy this heart, once and...
With the help of his friends, the little dragon destroyed the evil dragon's heart, using up every last ounce of his strength. In his eyes, this would ensure that his story and his alone remained in the world beyond the castle's walls. But the evil dragon's heart was like a great tree with roots digging deep beneath the surface. Cutting off the branches did not kill it. No. It just made it impossible for a new branch to take their place. The gnarled roots retreated back into the frozen earth, biding their time for a chance to bud again. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Who am I?
Is this... me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight.
Oh no! That means Durin! What do we do now?
Алиса.
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess. You're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry, though. I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead. See if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more.
Вот это поворот.
Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Откатились. Но мы посмотрели.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Вот об этом ты говорил, да? Вот как вчера, если бы мы пошли налево.
The evil dragon's heart continued to beat, as if waiting for the little dragon to accept it as his own.
Looks like we have no choice but to get this done. Whatever happens next, Durin is going to need all of our help. Is everyone ready?
Ничего не было. Ну, как будто, наверное, ушли.
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. All I wanted was to make some friends. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in Simulanka.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost. But that's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face, there will always be a solution.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, the clamor of the outside world fell. There was no danger here, no problems for the little dragon to resolve. As soon as his mother finished her story, it was time for the child to drift off into the world of dreams. And so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep in his castle, just like he had never even hatched.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But this can't be how it ends. Durin promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an ending like this.
Миленький дракончик слева. Да-да-да-да-да, привет-привет.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Вроде все. Насколько я пока вижу, у нас остался
Unless the little dragon kept moving,
один
eventually
вариант, да, ведь?
he would be forgotten.
Whatever happens next,
Сделано вид, что только этот остался.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing
Yeah.
away and growing warmer with
По-моему.
every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten. And so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally! A happy ending! That must be the last step, right? Woohoo! We completed the story!
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all.
If fate really is as devious as they say.
Wow! You're all... Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it! What choice does he have?
Time is running out. So,
What's up with the narrator?
would he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply give in?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Ага, только у нас минус 4. А там одна штучка осталась. Ладно.
The little dragon and his companions blank. Blank again.
Huh? What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply give in?
От нас требуется. Да, мы вроде. Да, нас не пускают.
Would he dare to hold
Здесь вообще
this
никакого
power
взаимодействия.
map? Or would he simply
Там концовку мы видели.
in?
А, тут даже ничего. А, вот этот тот самый таймер, чтобы не паниковать? Угу. Я, правда, его заметила уже очень поздно. Ну ладно, давайте будем не паниковать здесь.
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged unchecked. The darkness engulfed everything. The little dragon story faded into nothingness, and in the world...
Is this me?
And so the story ended with the...
Oh no! But what do we do next?
Ага, это все-таки была концовка не та.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Ой, утомили.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power? It keeps getting stuck.
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story. In other words, we would need ink to write it in.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But...
Well, this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis. Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story, and I suspect that has remained the case, even after his arrival in Tevat. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Tevat has been woven into the fabric of time. Its most natural path, therefore, is to proceed along its given track. But Durin's story, on the other hand... As Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue, because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him, or stand in his way?
This is as far.
I suppose the final decision is up to me. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter ahead?
But we still don't even know how Alice's magic works. If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part, isn't it?
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down together.
Очень опасная моська здесь у него. Идет один туда.
Invisible. It was the little dragon staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. All of a sudden, it began to fracture and destroyed by thousands. And then, well, and all of a sudden, it began.
You
My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go. Make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet.
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate, and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate, but allow the story to live on.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy than it could ever deliver. Or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of all.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. But, Alice, I still have one final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rhindaughter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in this world. I'm well aware of that. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So, what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
Короче, они ввели местный, как это, GPT-чат, не знаю, AI-систему для того, чтобы писать дальше истории в будущем. Как это правильно-то нам? Модно-то, как сейчас говорят. Новые тенденции ввести.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. But the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet, especially now that things are finally returning to normal after that terrible calamity.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, there needs to be more material for the magic to draw upon.
Я помню, как в 10 лет впервые скачал Twitch и смотрел стримы по Одиссее, наткнулся на твой стрим. В то время я начал ходить на них регулярно, меня вроде как помнили. Сейчас, скорее всего, не узнаешь. По нику точно не узнаю. Если только у тебя был другой ник, может быть, но так, к сожалению, нет. Удивлен, что ты все еще стримишь. Ну, и сейчас я стримлю на самом деле реже. И, реже и, по сути, наверное, только Genshin постоянно более-менее. И какой-нибудь ужастик вместе с подругой. А так, в принципе, все. Вот такой глобальный, как раньше были стримы, когда вот были Одиссеи и другие игры, такого, конечно, сейчас уже нет. Ник был другой. Ну, вот поэтому я боюсь, что так сразу и не узнаю. Если только ты не скажешь, каким был ник.
I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why must he face his fate in Tibet? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever after.
Меня по имени называли, они вроде был как Даниэль. Я помню этот ник, помню, да.
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily ever after. That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens to the main character after the ever after? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
Я помню, как на день рождения меня на стриме поздравляли. Ну, вполне такое возможно, если ты говорил, когда у тебя день рождения. Ну, то есть не все же могут признаться, когда день рождения. Или там, например, о, привет, ребята, у меня сегодня день рождения. Или там через неделю будет. И если там совпадал, например, был стрим, то вполне могли. Бывали такие случаи.
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that my greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself becomes an inescapable fate. But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean?
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass but I found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story the way he wants to. For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself while leaving behind his own wishes, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Tevat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point, he might lose it altogether.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
Вот там эти на заднем плане, и когда они играли вчера, вчера.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tevat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself, though. I can use that to show them the way.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets stuck, roaming the chapters of his past. But despite all that,
I still believe in what this child can become. His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination never ceases to amaze. And you do know how much I love a happy ending. You shall have my help, my dear.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child, do you understand what you must do?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I will fade away. There will no longer be a reason for me to go on existing. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to let me go.
I know. I know my mother died long ago. It's just... when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here, by your side.
Что нового? Да, по сути, ничего особо, наверное, нет нового.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose in life. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside my mother's storybook.
5 лет ничего не поменялось, хоть что-то стабильное. Ну, наверное, можно сказать и так. Ну, просто вопрос, ну, очень абстрактный. Скажем так.
I'm ready to grow up now, Mom. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. Made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages.
Готов глазки вытирать. То есть мы сейчас рыдать будем?
From here on out, this pen is yours.
Ролик, наверное, да?
Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness.
Сейчас возьмет перо и конец главы будет, что ли? Не знаю, мне кажется, нет. Я думаю, он просто возьмет перо и теперь сможет сам писать свою судьбу. Без оглядки на злого Дурина.
Will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin? Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's not something that comes knocking every day.
No, that fate no longer defines me. In the end, only my story shall endure.
Вот, мне кажется, опять не совсем точно перевели. Наши перевели как «судьба больше не существует», но по-английски это звучало так, что «та судьба больше меня не определяет». Мне кажется, это немножко разные вещи. Ой, ой-ой-ой. Меня убивают, убивают. потом скажу. Ты что-то меня сразу убивать начал.
Here, I'll cover for you.
Да, я била. Просто почему-то не... Видимо, надо не скиллами его бить, возможно. А просто... Потому что скиллами.
This time, the light prevails. Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over.
А мультик? Красивенький мультик где? Нетути?
Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome!
Тут, мне кажется, Паймон, ты мне льстишь.
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't know if I could have ever made it this far.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, it's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Ну, вообще, технически у него уже получилось.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness!
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that. Now that this one's out of danger, it's time for me to get out of here.
You're leaving so soon? What, don't humans usually throw a party after something like this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy?
Я вообще не спрашивают, идите вместе с Дурином отпразднуйте.
Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just, I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. After all, your story's only just begun. All right then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the extraordinary nature of the things we witnessed today, I need to make sure it's all recorded properly.
Есть мини-буттера, есть печеньки, кефир, есть подушка осталась, и я готов к просмотру. По снегу полз, еле успел работу сделать. Ну ты это, мне, конечно, приятно, что ты так старался прибежать на стрим, но ты это аккуратнее насчет работы и снега и всего.
Okay, see ya! So, it's party time next! Huh?
Алиса.
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then, as per our agreement, it's about time you returned that book.
She must have known the moment we finished! Just like she said she would!
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
Подождите, костюмчик дали? Блин, у меня Дурина нет. Обидно теперь. Костюм есть, Дурина нет. Нормально. Идеально. Не, вообще, кстати, я хотела его тащить, но потом поняла, что у меня просто не хватит на все про все. Тем более, по-моему, тогда уже Дзюбай анонсировали. Интересно, чем он сильно отличается от его базового? Куда нам надо? Да, точно. Ну вот выглядит красиво, но... Ой. Но как это в игре, к сожалению, понять не получится.
Oh, my writer and witness. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
You had special plans for the traveler from the start, didn't you?
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. Only then can my magic take effect.
Бездна тоже хочется на стрим.
I chose the traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who he is. It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
Интересно, что имеется в виду здесь? Нелегко найти, но возможно. Алиса в числе этих людей. Ну ладно.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard?
Летел.
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Animo Archon might be slightly curious?
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for the ride. Now then, as agreed, let us see the fruits of your labor.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it.
Это ребенок Рейндотир, это она про Альбедо вроде ведь, да?
If only the others were here too, we could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Так, это ни о ком.
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
Барби-Лот это которая гадалка, ну, предсказательница, так ведь?
All right, Aunt Seer Witch. Here I am.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know is that you're very lucky indeed.
Oh.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next? I, for one, cannot wait to see how your story unfolds.
Well, there's so much I want to do. I'm not even sure where to begin.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Давайте к Гдвалину придем.
Not so fast, tone-deaf bard. What exactly did you just tell Durin to do?
To make a long overdue wish come true.
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond to that. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like. Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
There's no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
Прошли.
There you go! Your very own copy of the book. We wouldn't want one of the story's key witnesses to leave empty-handed now, would we? Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way, but rest assured, all the twists and turns are still there.
Так, что нам там дали? Это надо. Да, история Дурин. Чуть как-то это...
The little dragon became companions with us, taken by the dragon's...
А, понятно. Подождать надо.
Guided by the breeze.
Не перематывать, а не скипать диалоги. Так, окей, ладно. Так, а чё, куда Дурин умахал? Я так понимаю, он реально к Двалину умахал.
There you go. Of course, this copy is...
Так, ну самое главное, ради чего все это вообще затевалось. 23 минуты до окончания. Мы успели! И как хорошо то, что мы все-таки начали не за час, а за 1,5 часа. Иначе бы мы не успели на несколько минут. О! У вас нет этого персонажа. Мы заметили. Разницы, к сожалению, я не знаю между... Может, у него крылышки появляются? Сейчас кое-что еще проверим. Так, архив. А где мы этому... А, вот. Вот, Дурин. В чем разница? Я не понимаю. Или как у Джин костюм? Нет, слушайте, я тут вообще разницу не вижу. Чем он отличается? Еще раз. Давай, делай что-нибудь. Ну? Ну? Чем он отличается? Ну, я слепая, я вообще разницу не вижу. Так, ну ладно. Может, его просто не видно без персонажа, ну... Ну вот по сплэш-арту, мне кажется, у него как будто бы и крылья чуть другие. Но... Ну вот здесь я разницу не вижу. Будет персонаж... Покажется скина, пока просто показать персонажа. Ну, может быть, может быть. Ну ладно, в любом случае мы его получили, мы успели за 20 минут до окончания. Практически готовы к завтрашнему стриму. Я думаю, завтрашний стрим... Я даже вот это прошла всех, прикиньте. Завтрашний стрим, я думаю, скорее всего, будет часов с 4... Ой, с 4-16. Так, ну что? Пробуем пройти что-нибудь из... Так, не то открыла. Что-нибудь из этих. О, кстати, 6 квестов осталось. Дальше, ты хочешь в бездну или все-таки квест? Потому что, мне кажется, то и другое мы не успеем. Что, куда? Голосуем. Ну, просто бездну спокойно можно пройти и вне стрима. Вот. Мне кажется. А эти квесты, наверное... В общем, не знаю, надо подумать. Есть, конечно, совсем вариант... Не завис. Есть еще, конечно, вариант попробовать сделать квесты с дракончиками, посмотреть на уничтожение Натлана, но я что-то, если честно, я поняла, что это квест вот связан с этим дракончиком, но я не запомнила, какое название у него. То есть, если это цепочка квестов, мы не факт, что до него доберемся сегодня. Поэтому мне кажется, что проще взять какое-нибудь задание легенд. Есть, конечно, еще один вариант закруглиться со стримом. Вот, типа, сделать самый короткий стрим, хотя нет, были короче, по-моему. Ну тестовые, короче, обычно. Привет, да, Инслейв, спасибо за лайк. Вот, ну, не знаю, если делать квесты, то, может быть, вот кого-то из этих 6. Ну, ладно, минус Нави, 5. Ну, ладно, минус теории. Минус, короче, я сейчас заминусую почти всех. Вот. Динозаврика, есть Мидзуки. Ну вот да, мы хотели про Мидзуки сделать. Потом у нас еще... Ну вот я просто не помню, какой из них... Вот какой из этих квестов связан с этим мелким. Вот еще и... Господи. У меня еще и Льюи есть квест. Да ладно, серьезно. Как так-то? Вот. Ну а если... Ну что, тогда за Мидзуки делаем. Мику давно не видели, да. А там будет Мика? Вообще логично, что она там будет. А Эй там тоже будет или только Мику? Мику мы в ивенте, по-моему, видели. Ну не, я согласна, вообще давно не видели. Ой, как давно не... Так, секрет, понятно. Ладно, вы умеете уговаривать. Меланхолия, поедательница снов.
You know where we haven't been in a while? Inazuma! Might be nice to get a change of scenery. Come on, let's go!
Мы с Венти не поговорили.
And so they flew together, Durin and Dvalin, over the skies of Mondstadt. Who'd have thought such words could ever have described a happy ending, huh?
Ах, не полетели.
Remember when we chased that Tanuki down this way? Good times. Huh? What's that?
Поросенок.
Paimon doesn't think they look anything like that. Oh, maybe there's a new kind of yokai in town.
Я вот не помню.
Is it trying to get us to follow it?
Мы, по идее, с Мидзуки уже в ивенте познакомились. Но, возможно, мы изначально должны были в квесте с ней познакомиться. Но это не точно. Да, еще поросенок. А ну иди сюда.
What's that girl doing over there? She doesn't look well. Let's go check on her. What just happened? All we did was lock eyes with her for a split second, then...
Кто-то опять хочет кушать.
Wait, where did all these people come from? And what are they here for? True. Oh, and there's that girl. She's still here. Maybe she knows what happened.
If I leave now, will I have enough time?
How many times do I have to explain?
There's no going back if I report him. But still...
Anxiety over a lack of creative inspiration. Well, inspiration tends to give anxious minds a wide berth. So I hope our treatment will help you relax.
Thank you.
Remorse for the misdeeds of the past, and despair over the sorry state of the present. I can help you face your troubles with a more positive mindset, but you'll need to work through things in your own time too.
Косяки в квесте какие? Надо вспомнить, когда я в квест выходил. Мне кажется, он выходил перед ивентом в Инозуме. Ну, я не помню, до, после или во время.
Next, please.
А может, и при этом вот назад, наверное.
What's wrong with her?
I'm fine. Next, please. Delicious.
Whoa, that was unexpected.
Huh? What do we have here? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Подождите, серьезно?
Huh? What do we have here? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Ивента? Я так думаю, предполагалось, что мы делаем ее квест, узнаем ее, знакомимся с персонажем, и потом идем в ивент, уже зная о ней. Ну, в смысле, кто она и что она.
Sorry for what? We have no idea what's going on here, let alone what you're sorry for. Would you mind bringing us up to speed?
Oh, it looks like you've entered my dream by mistake. Let me wake you up, then I'll explain everything.
Dream? When did that... Whoa!
Hi. Feeling more awake now? I never expected the Traveler to literally come to me in a dream. Oh, someone I know talks about you all the time. Plus, I'm pretty good at profiling people based on their reputation.
Интересно, что за знакомая?
So, who are you?
Right, of course. It's our first time meeting each other, so I should introduce myself properly. My name is Yume Mizuki, or just Mizuki for short. I'm a Yumekui Baku, which is a kind of yokai here in Inazuma.
Yumekui Baku?
А, тапир. Там же было написано, что тапир.
Hey, it's that little critter from before!
That's what we look like in our original form. I'm guessing that's the one that led you into my dream earlier? Baku feast on the bad dreams of human beings, but we need to be in a dream of our own to digest them. The place where you met me earlier was where I go to digest bad dreams. I must have swallowed one too many bad dreams, because they were causing me some digestive trouble. It's actually a good thing you showed up when you did. Call it a happy accident, I guess. Thanks to your help, I'm now able to digest all these dreams properly.
Потому что ты сожрала случайно хороший сон, наш хороший сон.
Yeah, we thought you looked a little uncomfortable. That's why we came over. We didn't know what it was. We just thought maybe you could use some help. And Paimon really hates bad dreams, so Paimon's even more happy to help knowing that you can eat them.
Thank you, but I still owe you an apology. While you were inside my dream, I ate one of your dreams. But it wasn't a bad one. It was a nice one. I've eaten so many bad dreams today that I just scarfed it down without noticing.
Я смотрю, она тоже любит покушать.
So, Yume Kuibaku can eat good dreams too, huh? Still, is that really such a big deal?
Of course it is. Dreams are some of the most precious things a person can have. And I just went and gobbled it down. It's the unwritten rule of my kind. Never eat someone else's good dreams without permission. I can't believe I was so careless. But don't you feel horribly depressed? Isn't your mind suddenly flooded with distressing memories? Huh. Remarkable. I've never heard of someone remaining so mentally stable after having a good dream of theirs devoured.
Не знаю, посмотреть не могу. Ну, в ВК у него есть свойство отваливаться. Сейчас, подожди, гляну. Да, судя по всему, он падал минуту назад. Эх, придется перекачивать. Ну ладно. Если не перекачивать, а перезаливать.
It's probably because the traveler has too many good dreams to count.
Maybe. But I still owe you something for your trouble. Ah, here, take this.
It's a VIP pass for the Isa bathhouse. Staffed by clinical psychologists and offering spa and fine dining services, we invite you to bring us your troubles and leave refreshed and renewed.
That's where I work. You'll find the address on there too.
А можешь, кстати, не перезаливать? Просто называть это сперва Дурин, окончание, а потом Мидзуки отдельно. Посмотрим. Надо посмотреть, как он там прервался.
This invitation letter entitles you to enjoy our highest tier service, free of charge. Oh, and speaking of work, I'd better get back before I'm missed. I hope to see you as customers soon.
So she's a Yume Kuibaku that eats bad dreams and a clinical psychologist too? Paimon's never considered therapy before. Then again, Paimon never really gets that stressed out. Oh, except when she's trying to decide what to eat.
Paimon.
Speaking of eating, that bathhouse place does fine dining, and we have a VIP pass. That means we can eat as much as we want, right? This is the opportunity of a lifetime. We can't let it go to waste.
Всяк с Косичкиным был в бане. В смысле, они как-то кривовато отображались?
Bathhouse. Well, based on the letter, this should be the place. It looks familiar. We've walked passed here several times before, right? Just never got inside.
Мне кажется, мы не несколько раз проходили мимо, мы несколько десятков раз проходили мимо.
Oh, are you here to visit the Isa bathhouse?
Oh, where did you come from?
Oh, sorry. Forgive me, I didn't mean to intrude. We've been struggling to attract customers recently, so I got a little overexcited when I heard you discussing my bathhouse.
Your bathhouse? So you run the place, huh? And business isn't going so great, you say?
Oops. Please forget I said that. It just slipped out. Now, do you have an appointment?
Мы сквозь голову проходили и жили своей жизнью, получились как мельница. Интересно это посмотреть.
We have a VIP pass. Can we use it now?
What? I've told them before, a promotional gimmick isn't gonna magically fix our business. Who issued this thing? Wait, is that Miss Yume Mizuki's signature? I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were invited here by Miss Yume Mizuki. Please, feel free to redeem your VIP pass now if you'd like. Just give your names at reception.
Sounds like she has a lot of clout. But aren't you supposed to be the boss?
I am, yes, but Miss Yume Mizuki's a major shareholder. The business never would have gotten off the ground without her investment.
What?
Oh, it's no cause for alarm, though. She's a very responsible person. In addition to being a shareholder, she's also personally involved in our day-to-day business. She only returned to Inazuma recently. Otherwise, I'm sure you'd have heard of her by now. She's a highly renowned clinical psychologist. Please, head on in.
An indoor hot spring? Oh, Paimon's gotta give that a try.
Hello, I'll be right with you.
Oh, you okay?
Oh, sorry, I'm so clumsy sometimes. But don't worry about me. Putting customers in a bad mood is the last thing I want. I promise I'll provide an excellent service. Please don't leave.
How many times do I have to tell you? You breaking a few plates isn't the reason we've been losing business. Stop apologizing for yourself all the time. All it does is make you look like an easy target.
Ух ты ж, как коммуникация не подходит к голосу второй. У ленивой.
It's all good. We're not out to target anyone. You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No, don't worry. As long as it didn't ruin your experience, that's all that matters. Now, well, looks like you'll be my first customers today, so, according to our standards of service, I need to,
Why is she so panicky? Actually, we're...
Xion, let me see to these two. They're my guests.
Ah, there she is! Baku Lady is back.
So Mizuki invited you here? As VIPs? Does this mean you're gonna save the bathhouse?
She means you must be very wealthy. Not everyone can afford our VIP service after all. But a couple of customers with cash to splash doesn't solve anything in the long run. You should focus on what to do about our new competitor.
Aw, Murasaki. Was that you showing some concern for our business? I'm touched.
Ugh, did not.
Since you're so eager to find solutions, you can work on our most pressing task, bringing our accounts up to date. With your smarts, I'm sure you'll fly through it.
Subtext being, you can't give it to Xion because she's a moron and she'd screw it up?
Xion, I'll take things from here. What I'd like you to do is head to the kitchen and prepare some of your very best snacks for our VIPs.
Will do! That's my specialty!
Sorry to keep you waiting. I have to keep our staff calm to ensure you have the best experience. The panicky little girl is Hyakujitsu Haku Shion, and the lazy lady is Shiba Murasaki. They're both Baku, just like me.
Wait, so the older-looking one is actually younger, and the younger-looking one is older?
That's right. How we choose to appear is just a matter of personal preference. It's more reflective of our personality than our age. Anyway, enough about them. Back to you two. Per the terms of the VIP pass, you're entitled to free use of all our services. So the spa, the fine dining, I would recommend starting with the psychological consultancy. Between me and you, one of the steps involves getting your bad dreams eaten. Since I ate one of the traveler's good dreams by accident, this seemed like the best way to make amends.
Ooh, we get to have our bad dreams eaten by a Yume Baku? That sounds fun! Oh, that's a good point. You've been having some difficulties recently, right? It wouldn't feel right to get all this free service while you're struggling.
I take it you overheard Mr. Aikawa complaining about our current situation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cause you concern. Mr. Aikawa is a smart businessman, but he tends to worry too much about short-term profits and lose sight of the big picture. Our financial situation is nowhere near as dire as you're imagining. And in any case, passing our business woes on to our customers is hardly the solution. Please enjoy the services we have to offer. Once you've experienced our hospitality for yourselves, I'm quite sure your confidence in our future prospects will be restored.
Can't argue with that. Let's get started.
Of course. The only thing is, psychological consultancy is a one-on-one service that takes quite a long time. But I can't just make one of you wait around while the other one is in therapy. So, perhaps I can treat the traveler while Shion treats Paimon? Would that work?
Fine by Paimon. But, is she up for it?
She'll be fine. I noticed how gentle and encouraging you were towards her earlier. You're the perfect client for her.
Oh,
Secondly, Shion's therapeutic approach is a little different from mine. It often involves food, so she might be a better fit for you.
С этого бы и надо было начинать.
Food therapy? Oh, that sounds perfect.
All right then, please follow me. Don't get me wrong, Paimon is genuinely better suited to Shion. But in all honesty, yes, I had my own reasons for wanting to treat you myself. Your psychology is so unique. I just had to investigate further to satisfy my own curiosity. Please, come with me.
Куда?
Before we begin, please take a seat on this chair.
А мы уснем?
There's a theory which suggests that we bury our most powerful emotions deep within our dreams. That's the territory I would like to explore. Before I start, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want you to nod your head for yes and shake your head for no, all right? Very good. Now, I'm going to plant a few thoughts in your subconscious, but it's nothing to get nervous about. Just a way to improve your sleep quality, so the treatment will be more effective.
Будешь подглядывать я пару раз. Вам интересно.
This is an incense from Sumeru that soothes the mind. The fragrance is said to be the scent of dreams. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and concentrate on the scent. The next step requires some visual preparation, so don't open your eyes until I say so.
Сейчас будем подглядывать.
Oh, where did it go?
Посмотри одним глазком.
I need to have a stern talk with Murasaki. How hard is it to just put things back where they came from? This needs another dab here. Ah, that's better. I said no peeping. I'm still not ready yet.
Попались.
Hey, don't run off now, darlings. Come here. For goodness sake, your butt's showing. All right. Shh. Let me do that for you. I can see that you don't like being kept waiting. Go on, open your eyes. Everything's ready. Take a good look at this painting. There are some very special little darlings hidden within it, and I'd like you to find them. Careful. When you look a psychologist directly in the eyes, they can see every little thing you're thinking.
Что-то надо делать.
Do you see her? Isn't she just adorable? Now you just need to find the others.
Такая моська грозная.
She's a Baku as well. Whenever someone starts dozing off, she's there waiting for their dream to begin. Your journey into Dreamland began as you were looking for them. Feeling sleepy? Now I want you to take my hand. Very good. Now close your eyes again for me. I want you to completely relax and focus your attention on the feeling of my palm touching yours. Notice how all other sensations in your body are slowly fading away. Now, imagine you're not holding my hand, but your favorite things in all of the world. You run your hand through the sakura blossoms, gently falling through the air. Then through a squirrel's fur. Then you grab a fistful of sand on the beach. You are once again in the wilderness, running with the wind at your back. But slowly, your palm loses sensation. You lose your way and find yourself surrounded by darkness. You can't see anything, but you hear someone calling you. And now, a light is shining from the same direction as their voice. Traveler, come over here.
Куда туда?
Longing caused by separation. It tastes so bitter. Please don't stop moving. Despair caused by failure. Icy cold on the lips. Please, keep going. Regret caused by missed opportunity. A sharp aftertaste. Please don't look back. Go to where the sakura petals fall. Go to where the squirrels play. Go to where you can hear the sound of the waves. That is where I am. Holding my hand tight, those lost sensations come back to you. The feeling of running your hand through falling sakura blossoms, and as you return from the wilderness. We've reached the end of today's session. Don't get up yet, though. You were just in a very deep sleep, so you're probably still feeling a little groggy. I've switched to a different incense that'll help get rid of your drowsiness.
How you getting along, Traveler?
How are you feeling after your session, Paimon?
Kind of fresher and more relaxed. It feels cozy somehow.
Good. That's exactly how you should feel after having a nightmare eaten. It sounds like the session was quite effective.
Oh, for sure. Paimon especially liked how she used the sense of taste to help guide the process. But Paimon was asleep for most of it, so she's not really sure how it all works. Did the Yumi Kuibaku just, like, sneak into your brain and gulp down your bad dreams in one go?
It's quite a bit more complicated than that. It deals with people's most visceral emotions, which have to be handled with the utmost care and attention.
That sounds super mysterious.
Sorry, that probably made no sense at all. Anyway, don't worry about the details. For your purposes, Paimon, just think of it as Xion gulped your dreams away. How are you feeling, Traveler? Really? I still think there's more work to be done.
What do you mean?
You have quite a reputation for resilience and positivity, so I expected to find very few negative emotions in you at all. But when I was deep in your subconscious earlier, the sheer weight of the emotions hidden there was overwhelming. Well, even if you've buried those feelings deep enough to hide them from yourself, you can't hide them from a trained psychologist. But that's not what concerns me the most. Despite all your negative emotions, I couldn't find a single bad dream. So I just gave your mood a boost for now.
Huh. Well, maybe he's just an eternal optimist at heart.
Optimist or not, everyone has bad dreams. Maybe they're just hidden even deeper in your mind. You're a unique case, as I suspected.
But he said he feels cozy, just like Paimon. So whatever you did, the treatment worked.
True, but as a clinician, I would have hoped to reach a better understanding of my patient. Fine by me, as long as you can put up with a daily nap while holding my hand. Anyway, all jokes aside, it's time for you to try out the hot springs. Your mind has had the chance to de-stress. Now it's time to do the same for your body.
Oh, that sounds good. Paimon's feeling relaxed already. You know, this place provides a really great service. It's such a shame that you can't find more customers.
Don't start worrying about our bottom line again, or my work so far will count for nothing. Look, as long as we keep providing a great customer experience, we're sure to attract more business eventually.
If you say so.
I think the travelers recovered from the therapy session now. Let's head to the hot springs.
Ну, пойдемте. Вот в том как раз ивенте мы... Я помню, даже скриншоты были с того ивента, как там баньки все зависали. В том числе и Эй, Мико и остальные. Мико!
Most impressive, I must say.
Miko, what brings you here?
There you are. I heard a rumor that you were about to be kidnapped. Naturally, I had to come and see it for myself.
She's joking, right? Paimon can never quite tell with her.
Miko, it's been a while.
She never mentioned? Interesting. We've known each other since before I became the Guji. I've told her all about you. But it sounds like she's forgotten all about me.
Она когда-то нам о ней рассказывала, я не помню.
You'll have to forgive me. I just didn't want to scare the traveler off. And hi, I'm Miko's friend seemed like a surefire way to do that.
Oh, I've missed your way with words.
So, Lady Guji, to what do we owe the honor?
Why, I simply came to see the business that my dear friend has invested in. Oh, and also to urge you to sell your shares before their value plummets to nothing. You could always invest in the Yae Publishing House, you know. Business is always booming. You only need to ask.
Sounds serious. But what's wrong? Are the shares really gonna plummet to nothing?
Well, hasn't she told you? Of course. She's your therapist. She has the perfect excuse to never open up. The Isa bathhouse used to be very popular, although not because of the hot springs, despite the name. Their main selling point has always been the psychotherapy services offered by the Baku. But recently, a competitor cropped up. His name is Emura Ichigensai. He operates right here on Narukami Island, and his methods are said to be quite revolutionary. Since he provides a similar service to the bathhouse and boasts even better results, he was able to poach their entire clientele in just a matter of days. Oh, it's such a pity to see how empty this place is now.
Miko, my job is to relieve my clients of their burdens, not to share mine with them.
Oh, of course you'd say that. You're a professional. But no amount of professionalism is going to fix this situation, is it? I heard people have been lining up since the early morning for Emura Ichigensai's clinic today. He's seeing patients just west of Inazuma City. And, how many patients have you seen today?
Surely you know I'm not going to quit.
True. Very true.
So, that's it? You're just gonna leave?
Oh, I'd love to help, little one. But I don't want to upset my old friend.
Miko's acting all mysterious again.
I understand why she doesn't want to help. The two of us are technically competitors, after all.
Huh?
Light novels are one way for people to pursue happiness in their free time. So are hot springs, and so is therapy.
Никак не могу понять, как это может делать их конкурентами, конечно.
Miko and I disagreed quite significantly over the question of how to make people happy.
Paimon is so confused by your friendship. Paimon's curious, though. After today, it's hard to believe that anyone could offer a better therapy service than the Yume Baku. Who is this Emura Ichigensai guy, anyway?
Something of a mystery. I tried to look into his background when he first started poaching my customers, but I couldn't find anything. I suspect he's avoiding me on purpose, since I'm a competitor. In all this time, I haven't even figured out basic things like where he sees his patients.
Well, we at least know where he is today, though, right? Miko happened to mention it in passing.
That's true. But I'm sure he'll find a way to avoid me again if I go looking for him.
Конечно, сюда мы пойдем.
Then why don't we go instead? We can pose as potential customers to get information out of him.
As I keep reminding you, this is my problem, not yours.
Exactly. You provide an amazing service here, and we want all our friends to experience it as well.
Huh. Well, now it just seems rude if I reject your help. In return, all I can offer is an even better service on your next visit.
Sure thing! Just leave this to us!
Где тут выход? Нику прям совершенно случайно об этом сказал. Здесь же была статуя, да, с этим?
This should be the place. That guy looks official. Let's go ask him. Hi there. We're looking for Amura Ichigensai. Are we in the right...
Pay first, take a ticket, then wait your turn.
Okay. 97. What number are you up to so far?
53. Be patient, I'll call your number when it's your turn.
Jeez, what a charmer. Looks like we're in for a long wait, huh?
Я могу его вырубить.
Sounds kind of therapeutic in its own way. But we don't really have a good excuse to resort to violence here. And we definitely don't want to scare off our target. Why don't we pass the time by talking to some of his other patients? It looks like there's a few of them standing over there. Sorry to interrupt.
Do I know you? Ah, so you're here for counseling too.
Yep. Fellow clients of Amura Ichigensai here. Although this will be our first time using his service, so...
Service? How crass. We're talking about spiritual guidance here, not some business transaction.
In fairness to them, they haven't experienced it yet. Ignorance among the uninitiated is only to be expected.
Okay. Well, anyway, Isa Bathhouse calls it a service.
Ah, more defectors from the bathhouse, huh? Service might have a veneer of professionalism, but all it really means is inadequate treatment that costs a fortune.
Why do you say that?
I'll tell you why. After just a few sessions with Emura Ichigensai, you'll completely forget about all your troubles. From then on, it's happy thoughts only. Today's supposed to be my last counseling session. He says that after we're done, nothing will ever trouble me again.
Meanwhile, Isa Bathhouse boasts about their strange and mysterious methods, but it's a total scam. They only treat the symptoms, not the root cause, meaning you have to go back time after time. Also,
exactly. Overpriced and ineffective. But counseling from Emura Ichigensai? I can't get enough. I know I'm done after today, but I'd take any excuse to keep coming back.
Me too. Probably see you tomorrow then?
Whatever the truth of the matter is, Paimon is starting to seriously dislike these guys. Fine. Yeah, so we're mostly here to see what all the fuss is about. You guys seem to be experts by now. Is there anything we need to do to prepare for our session?
No, you don't need to do anything. Just show up, take a seat, and he takes care of the rest. I remember he lit some incense. It smelled wonderful and instantly relaxed me.
I already know of the troubles that bring you to me.
I don't know why I lose my temper so easily. I'm pretty messed up, right?
Yes, in the sense that all negative emotions are defects of the mind. But I can remove these defects now.
I don't actually remember the guidance, but anyway, it clearly worked. I guess whatever he said disappeared from my mind and took my problems along with it. Oh, so rude. Your counseling session will change your mind, in more ways than one.
We're only being cautious. What's wrong with that? You said it yourselves. The whole reason everyone's coming to this guy is because they're worried about getting scammed out of their Mora.
That's a fair point. You just need some reassurance, right? In that case, I can let you in on a little secret.
Go on.
Well, someone in my family actually knew Imura Ichigensai before he made a name for himself, apparently. But he must have had some sort of epiphany, because he did a complete 180. Went from having the most rotten temper you can imagine to one of the most cheerful people around.
Но его подчиненные, конечно, все еще со скверным характером. Подбирать на адекватных подчиненных он, кажется, не научился.
Even more amazingly, all the people who used to despise him ended up becoming his best friends. So you can rest assured that whatever treatment you get...
Huh? What a ridiculous story!
Doubt it all you want. I heard it straight from my relative who knows him personally.
What should we do now? We may have burned our bridges with these two. Yeah, there's still a lot of people ahead of us, though. Why don't you take a rest while Paimon keeps watch? Just like how we do it on the road.
Подозрительно, точно.
Let go of your pain. Who are you?
Мы опять куда-то влезли.
Traveler, it's almost time! That was a long wait. Paimon's gonna need a nap after this, too. Alright, now time for us to go meet Mr. Imura Ichigensai.
Там опять кто-то, что-то такое стрёмное замешано.
Oh, hello! We're number 97! It should be our turn now, right?
Yeah, sorry, the clinic's closed for the day.
What? Why?
Because Imura Ichigensai doesn't have limitless energy, that's why. He's gone home to rest.
We've been waiting so long!
Not as long as some people. Try getting here earlier next time. Save yourself the trouble. Spiritual masters like Imura Ichi...
Drat! We should have barged in after all. Yeah, nothing else we can do for today.
Надеюсь, мы в том числе и расскажем наш типа сон. Подозрительный.
So he gives spiritual guidance, and it takes all your troubles away and leaves only happy thoughts?
Yep, at least that's what his clients say.
How is that possible? Not even Mizuki could do that, and she's an incredible psychologist.
Is that right? Paimon was gonna say, it all sounds too good to be true.
It certainly is. Humans are, how to put this, they're a moody race, always upset about something. Show me a human without a care in the world, and I'll show you what messed up really looks like.
You think? Because honestly, they sounded pretty convincing. And they said they only left the Isa bathhouse because they found it didn't deal with the root cause of their issues.
But the idea he is spreading is categorically wrong.
That settles it then. Imura Ichigensai is a quack, making false claims to steal all our customers.
Is that why he's doing this? To steal our customers? Or... It's unfortunate that you didn't get to meet him in person. I need some idea of the kind of person he is. Otherwise, I have no hope of figuring out his motivations and goals.
Ну, кстати, если вот остальные два Баку, это Шон и какая там вторая, забыла. Я просто хотела сказать, что если они сами создают себе внешность, то, может быть, моя претензия к озвучке и не актуальна.
Yeah, it's too bad. Although, if it's any help, we did hear a bit about his backstory from someone else. Apparently, he used to have a really rotten temper, but then one day he suddenly reached enlightenment and became a spiritual master or something.
Imura Ichigensai. Rotten temper. Now wait just a minute. Filing patient records is normally the most tedious job in the world. But once in a while, something mildly amusing grabs my attention. Take a look at this.
Amora Chuya?
It's him. I remember him.
Wait, that guy? Oh
no! What is it? What about him?
Where to start? Imagine a big ball of negative emotion took on human form and started walking around. That's pretty much Imura Chuya. His patient record mentions that he loved nothing more than a heated argument. No matter how trivial it was, he could never agree to disagree. He always had to be right. The happiest part of his day would be winning an argument and proving the other person wrong. If he lost, he'd sulk, and if anyone called him out, he'd throw a huge tantrum. Before long, he'd turned everyone against him.
Sounds like he had issues.
Oh yeah, serious issues. Anyway, since no one would talk to him in real life anymore, he turned to the reader's letters column of a magazine by the Yae publishing house, where he would attack writers and trade insults with other contributors. Naturally, this ruined the column for everyone, and the editors soon started rejecting his letters. Next thing you know, he's written a complaint letter to the Tenryo Commission, demanding that Inazuma pass a law to make it illegal for the Yae publishing house to reject letters from readers.
Gee whiz! Where would you even start with a client like that?
In my case, by giving them a wide berth. Mizuki dealt with this guy. I'm pretty sure he only came here to try and start something. But Mizuki managed to get him into a session, and after some treatment, his mood improved by a lot.
Murasaki makes him sound like a rabid animal. He wasn't that out of control. Sure, his personality was very abrasive, but it wasn't hard to see why. Once I understood his situation, I was able to diagnose him very quickly. You have very high expectations for yourself, but you've faced a lot of rejection in the past and haven't achieved much in your life. You've never had any real close friends, so you don't know what healthy connections with other people look like. This puts you and your ego in the center of your world. In short, you long to feel a sense of accomplishment and to receive attention from other people. But both of these are lacking in your life. You have no idea how to properly deal with these emotions, so you've been taking it out on other people, partly to seek attention, and partly because you get a shallow sense of accomplishment whenever you win a war of words with another person.
You promised the world in your adverts, and that's seriously the best you can come up with? I'm not even going to bother explaining all the reasons you're wrong. I mean, you completely misunderstood why I even sent that complaint letter. The Yai Publishing House practically has a monopoly on Inazuma's publishing industry. How can they ignore what their readers have to say?
In the magazine column you wrote to, your strongly worded letter appeared alongside dozens of others which praised the writer for their work. You can't talk about what their readers have to say without including them, too.
No one with half a brain would praise a festering pile of garbage like that. Those are not opinions worth listening to.
So when I touched on the idea of you having an egocentric worldview, this is the kind of thing I was talking about.
Wow. How the heck did you get him to stay for treatment after dropping all of that on him?
Simple. The more he realized the truth of my diagnosis, the more he compulsively searched for evidence to refute it with. He lost the ability to communicate like a normal human being. So I kept him here by using his preferred mode of interaction: argumentation. The Tenryo Commission had ignored his complaint letter, so he had no outlets left for his emotional outbursts. Eventually, with the help of some incendiary words, I got him to agree to try some basic therapy. Finally, I was able to tweak his mood and stabilize his condition.
Так, у меня ж Мидзуки вроде есть. Да, она Немо, и она Хил. Вроде бы.
It's a shame, really. If I'd only been able to see him a few more times, I know I could have helped him work through his personality issues. But unfortunately...
It was all my fault.
For the last time, it was his fault for being a nutjob.
What? What happened?
Забавно, что цвета этих двоих это буквально, ну, хотя, наверное, не совсем. Короче, я поймала себя на мысли, что справа это как а-ля Мико, слева а-ля Эй цвета. Розовый и серебряненький.
Well, one day, he comes in as usual for therapy, but Mizuki isn't here, so Shion sees him instead. I don't know what got into him that day, but he suddenly announced that he wished to be free of his troubles for good, and demanded that Shion make that happen. Obviously, she didn't manage it, and then he pulled out a complaint letter to try and intimidate her. That was the last straw for me. I kicked him out and blacklisted him. He hasn't shown his face here since.
Whoa.
Anyway, now everyone's had a look at his record. Do we think there's any chance that this guy and Nomura Ichigensai are the same person? Because it sounds to me like after he didn't get what he wanted, he decided to have his revenge by lying to our customers and getting them to leave.
Bad dreams are formed from a buildup of negative emotions in the subconscious. You can't simply trick people into not having them anymore. If Murasaki was right, then surely they'd have seen his lies for what they are by now.
There's no point hemming and hawing. Let's report this guy to the Tenryo Commission for fraudulent business practices. If he can complain, so can we.
Is anyone there?
We'd like to book a therapy session. Can we start now?
Hello! Please come with me. I'll get you registered.
Wait. Those are the two guys Paimon mentioned earlier. Just this morning, they were calling the bathhouse a scam and a ripoff. How are they back here already?
Oh, really? Well, that proves it, doesn't it? I was right. Now that they've realized they were lied to, they've come back. So chin up, Mizuki. I bet you business will start picking up again from tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you Yume Kuibaku provide an unbeatable service. No scammer's gonna run you girls out of business.
Interesting. Well, good. Murasaki, go help Shion, please.
Should have kept my mouth shut. I jinxed it, and now I have to work again.
Спасибо.
Now we just need to report this guy as a fraud to the Tenryu Commission. Like Murasaki suggested. Problem solved. It looks like the Isa bathhouse will be back in business in no time. No idea if our investigation actually helped, though.
Of course it did. You were a huge help, and I owe you big time for it. Now then, you only got partway through the VIP experience last time, didn't you? You still have to try the hot springs and snacks. Both are top tier.
Oh, true! How could Paimon forget about that? Especially the snacks.
Нам не показали, как мы в бане, в отличие от ивента.
Wow, Paimon feels incredible now. Nothing beats the complete service package. Agreed! Although Paimon didn't notice her inside just now. What could she be doing out at this hour? Let's ask around. Hey there, Mr. Aikawa. Do you have any idea where Mizuki went?
Oh, you're looking for Mizuki? She actually tends to disappear for a while around this time every evening. It's the one part of the day where she gets to relax herself. As for where she goes and what she does during that time, I'm afraid I have no idea.
She takes the evenings to relax, huh? She probably tells people she's relaxing, but actually she's digesting the bad dreams, right? Hope she's not having any digestive trouble. Oh, remember the place from last time? Let's head there and check on her.
Где она сожрала наш сны? Давайте. Так. Шучу. Давайте бегаем. Я сам сна. Да, можно.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
У нас будет... Завтра будет Колумбина. А будет ли кто-то новенький из 4-звездочных? По-моему, нет. И Луга будет вместе с Дзыбай. Вот у меня, получается, вся пати обновится на репутацию, что ли? Офигеть. Это при условии, что я Дзыбай получу. Я что-то начинаю переживать, что не получу. Кстати, сколько у меня... Ну ладно. Колумбину я получу даже завтра. Хватает. А вот насчет Дзыбай я что-то волноваться начинаю. Там 50-50 уже можно и это... Там мы начнем с 50-50, а его можно и проиграть. Ладно, у меня будет возможность еще накопить чуть-чуть.
This should be the place. What? Why is Mizuki crying? Unless... Oh, maybe we got pulled into one of her bizarre dreams again.
Traveler? Paimon? What are you doing here?
Well, firstly, we were hoping to get our next appointment booked in.
Oh, I see. I was planning on making it back before you finished in the hot springs, but I ended up spending longer here than I intended. Don't worry, this isn't a dream. I was just feeling a little sad.
Oh, what's up? Indigestion getting you down again?
No, my digestion was fine this time. What you saw just now was the aftermath of the digestion process. Like I said, bad dreams are basically bundles of all kinds of negative emotions. When I digest them, I feel them all for myself. So when I'm processing these emotions, I tend to get quite, well, emotional.
Does that happen to all Yumikui Baku?
Oh, don't worry about the others. To feel these emotions, You first have to understand them. Most Baku have a very poor understanding of humanity. So to them, a human bad dream just tastes like a slice of bland white bread. They can basically wolf it down and barely notice the flavor. I'm the odd one out in that sense. When I was studying abroad, I made a serious effort to learn as much about human psychology as possible. Now I understand human emotions much better. I can empathize with them, and I can now discern many complex emotions when I turn my attention to digesting bad dreams. But still, that's no reason for you to be concerned about me. I wouldn't be much of a psychologist if I didn't have the mental fortitude to handle this stuff. Letting your emotions out is one of the most effective ways to process them. Now that I've done that, my mental state is back to normal.
Paimon thought maybe seeing those customers had upset you somehow. It even makes Paimon mad. You work so hard for them and then they turn around and accuse the bathhouse of being a money-making scam? Yes, they were led astray by some swindler, but it's not like they took much persuading.
I can't blame them. The idea that you can forget all of your troubles and never have a bad dream again is a very alluring one. Traveler, if I really could make you forget all of your troubles for good, would you want me to try?
Представляете, что избавитесь от ледяного отчаяния, но вместе с ним вас покинут боевой дух и воля к победе. Вы представляете, что забыли про сожаление, но в ту же секунду все переживания, которые вы испытали во время путешествия, вдруг лишились корней.
You really are different from other people. Discovering what troubles people is easy for me, even in your case. But although I can see your troubles clearly, I still don't completely understand you. Thanks for checking in on me. As a psychologist, I know how to take care of myself, but you showing that you care is still appreciated. Anyway, it's much too late to book another appointment now. You should head home, get some sleep, have a wonderful dream, and come see me again tomorrow.
Alright, good night!
Bye for now. If you still want to book another appointment tomorrow, make sure to come see me early.
Утром. Снова стрим отвалился. Я не знаю, я ж не вижу. Но если он и сейчас отвалился, то я точно буду его перезаливать. Сейчас посмотрю. Да, минуту назад опять начался заново. Он сейчас разбит на 3 части уже. Но я думаю, что... Мне кажется, это проблема ВК. Когда я проверяла в прошлый раз, помнишь, на... Нет, это, по-моему, было не в прошлый раз, а, по-моему, в декабре еще было. По-моему, на Ютубе трансляция не билась. Вот на ВК она прерывалась несколько раз.
Midzuki! We're here to book our next therapy appointment.
It hurts.
Все окей. Но я вот думаю, что, скорее всего, проблема с ВК. ВК отваливается. Ну, ВК Play или как он там называется.
Oh no, what's wrong with them?
They've been like this ever since they woke up.
Ooh, it's an extreme case of indigestion.
Huh? How come? Oh, did they eat too many nightmares last night?
I doubt it. We only had 4 customers yesterday, including you two.
Ну, то есть те два... Это от них такое несварение.
Paimon blames the other 2.
You're right. Something's definitely wrong with their nightmares. Our ability to digest dreams isn't just a matter of quantity. It depends on the emotional intensity, too. Point being, no normal person should ever have a nightmare of this magnitude. Oh, this situation is dire. If I can't find a way to help them digest their dreams soon...
What can we do? Let us help!
We need to find those 2 customers from yesterday and figure out the cause of their bad dreams. Without knowing that, I have no way of treating them. Traveler, Paimon, I know you spoke to them both. Think you can track them down?
Let's see. They did say they were gonna get counseling from Amora Ichigensai again. Chances are that's where we'll find them.
Lead the way. I'm coming with you.
Ugh. This is just my luck.
What should I do about work?
Don't worry, I'll look after the bathhouse.
Надо.
You know, I went out to sea earlier today, but was so distracted that I lost my net. Oh well.
Yeah, I messed up today too. But hey, what's the big deal? A few bandits got away, it's not the end of the world.
Hey, you 2! Murasaki and Shion are sick, and it's all because of your bad dreams!
Whoa, someone's in a bad mood, huh? So funny.
I know, right?
What's wrong?
They're acting so weird. Paimon was pretty aggressive just now, but they don't seem offended at all.
Allow me. Gentlemen, do you still remember visiting Isa Bathhouse last night for dream regulation therapy?
Did we?
I don't think so.
Huh. Do you recall having any bad dreams recently?
No, why would I? What in this world could be so bad that it'd give me nightmares?
Nope, nothing comes to mind.
What is going on? It's like they've completely forgotten what they did last night. Although Paimon can believe what they're saying, they don't exactly seem troubled by nightmares. Does that mean Amora Ichigensai's counseling actually works?
No. No, they're clearly not in their right minds. Traveler, Paimon, focus hard for a second. I'm gonna try something a little unorthodox.
Whoa! What did you do?
Entered their subconscious minds. I noticed they've both become disassociated from their subconscious, meaning I can access it, similarly to how I enter people's dreams.
No. No! Those thugs! I won't let them get away with this!
The sea is too rough today.
Huh?
Так, давай, признавайся, кажется, что мы это видели.
As you can see, their troubles haven't gone anywhere. Susukira seems to have a short fuse, which causes him to act out of line. I'm sure this has caused him a lot of grief in his line of work. As for Umiko, I believe he developed a fear of stormy waves after a near-death experience. Now he's reluctant to sail out to sea at all, which is how their negative emotions have been isolated from their conscious minds and left to float around in their subconscious. That's why on the outside, the only emotion they appear to feel is happiness. But those suppressed emotions will only continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually turning into the nightmares that have been giving Murasaki and Shion indigestion. If it's Emura Ichigensai's doing, I guess he's not the straightforward calm man we thought he was. Maybe he really does have ways of influencing human emotions. That would explain why no one has blown the whistle on him yet. Did you notice anything strange when you came here yesterday?
Расскажи.
Not really. They were a lot more serious than today.
О, мы пересказали этот сон.
You sure kept that one quiet.
Oh, no. Look, we have to find this Emura Ichigensai right away.
Mizuki, what is it?
Something inhuman is at work in Emura Ichigensai. The Traveler's Dream confirms that. He has victimized everyone who has received his so-called counseling. If we don't find and stop him as soon as possible, his victims may well suffer irreversible damage to their psyches.
Интересно, в квесте Мидзуки будет уже ролик? В ивенте ролик был, по-моему, даже не один. Как раз с ее участием. А вот просто я не знаю, точнее, какого плана ролик. Вот у квеста, хотя у квеста Дурина тоже квест. Катсцена была, ну то есть катсцены такие вот как сказать, катсцены, условно говоря, на движке игры, но вот это именно катсцена. А есть нарисованные катсцены, ну вот как, например, у Дурина была, когда последнее послание его мамы нам показывали. Вот это нарисованная катсцена. Она не чуть как-то, я их немножко отличаю. Я, конечно, жду, в принципе, хотя бы или той, или другой. Но все-таки, которые нарисованы, они немножко, ну, по стилистике выбиваются из общей картины. Мне интересно, какая здесь будет. И будет ли вообще.
Yikes! Well, guess we better press these guys a little harder. Do you know when Emura Ichigensai will be here next?
Мультик будет как в сюжетке. О, отлично.
What's with the urgency? Why does it matter when he shows up?
Yeah, he'll turn up when he's ready. No point in trying to rush him.
Oh, this is infuriating.
You do remember what happened last night, both of you. Only you don't want to talk about it, because you can't reconcile the presence of a nightmare with the happiness you presently feel. Just thinking about it brings up an overwhelming sense of being torn apart. You can't quite put it into words, but you fear you're a hair's breadth away from a total breakdown.
Please, stop. Everything will be fine as long as we don't think about it.
Emura Ichigensai's treatment has clearly left you wounded and vulnerable. But don't worry, I'm not here to snap you out of your denial. At least, as long as you answer our question.
All right. But seriously, we really have no idea. We've asked already, and all we know is that he's not coming today.
Yeah, apparently, yesterday's session kind of tired him out.
Вид, ладно. Вот я помню, что вот ивент, который был после ее квеста, там тоже использовали ее силу, потому что там тоже какие-то... Я ролик частично помню. А, подождите, стоп, вспомнила. Там рассказывали про одну из старых друзей Эй, ну вот который Сайгу, Кицуна Сайгу, Чию или как там, Чию или, ну вот кого-то из этих, по-моему, было. Что ее... Мы узнали, в принципе, что с ней как будто бы случилось. Хотя мне казалось, что мы более-менее об этом знаем. Ну ладно. Держу, покажешь на мастер-класс. Что ты меня пугаешь? Ну ладно.
Is he trying to hide from me again?
They really don't know anything? Darn! Looks like we've hit a dead end.
I don't suppose you know where he lives, do you?
No. We did ask yesterday, but even his guard didn't know.
In that case... Yes, I suppose. Now that I know what's causing their bad dreams, I can administer the correct treatment. Honestly, you've already done your part by bringing me here. I can't keep troubling you.
Don't forget, we want to book our next therapy session. The sooner you stop having to worry about Amura Ichigensai, the sooner we get you all to ourselves. So we're not gonna quit until all this is resolved, and the bathhouse is back to business as usual.
Looks like I have no choice but to accept your help again. I have to make sure Murasaki and Shion get the treatment they need. Still, I'm gonna need your full cooperation. If you do find Emura Ichigensai, please do not approach him. Just send me a message and keep an eye on him until I arrive. The last thing I want is for you to put yourself in harm's way.
Don't worry about that. You should see some of the other bad guys we've taken down in our time. This guy's small potatoes compared to them.
Пайман особенно, ты столько врагов повидала.
Paimon.
Alright, sure. We'll keep our distance and send a message.
Very good. Let's get going then.
Хорошая Пайман, послушная Пайман.
Pretty bold claim saying you'll track this guy down. It's nice of you to give Mizuki one less thing to worry about and all, but what the heck do we do now? 'Cause, in case you hadn't noticed, these guys are hopeless. They don't know anything.
А вот Мику другое дело.
Oh, wait, you're right! She was the one who tipped us off about this place yesterday! She probably knows way more than she let on. There's no time to lose! To the Grand Narukami Shrine!
И снова Мико! И тут телепорт, я забыла, как телепортироваться здесь. А, вот. Может, тут Эй будет?
She's usually somewhere around here.
Here for a fortune slip, little ones? Or visiting a friend?
Whoa! Where did you come from?
That was a little lukewarm. You're starting to sound a lot like her. But pleasantries aside, what's the matter? You look rather out of sorts.
От радости забыла, да. Так я тут давно не бываю. Редко, точнее, давно не была и редко бываю, вот так вот.
You may remember I dropped a not-so-subtle hint as to his whereabouts yesterday. You mean to tell me you still haven't found him?
Aha! So you did bring him up on purpose!
Let's not lose focus here. You're here to ask for my help. So would you mind explaining the situation to me?
Yeah, fair enough. We went to the place you mentioned, but he slipped through our fingers. Next thing we heard was he's not seeing patients there anymore. Apparently, he loves his peace and solitude. So obviously, we've got no idea where to find him now.
Oh, and after the lengths I went to get you that location.
Don't know if this helps, but we did learn some other stuff about him yesterday. For example, a guy matching Amura Ichigensai's description came to Mizuki for therapy once. Only his name was Amura Chuya.
Wait, what? Amura Chuya?
You know him?
I once asked the Yai Publishing House to host an event for contributors to the Reader's Letters column. I had hoped it might be a fun chance to meet some like-minded people and chat. Until he showed up. Are you telling me that Emura the Hellraiser and Emura the Healer are the same person?
Based on everything we've learned so far, it certainly looks that way.
All right. Well, in that case, give this address a try.
Really? Who chooses to live in a place like that?
This was the delivery address he gave to the publishing house once, when he placed an order for several dozen books in one go. He also requested to pay on receipt. The warehouse took one look and assumed it must be some kind of prank, so they rejected the order, earning them an honorable mention in his complaint letter. Of course, with the benefit of hindsight, it's rather obvious why he lives there.
You've got a point. Well, we clearly made the right decision coming to talk to you.
I'm just glad I could help my old friend.
You mean Mizuki? So you really do want to help her?
I can tell that she's invested an awful lot into the Isa bathhouse. It's only natural for me to show some concern when I see a friend's business in trouble.
Really? 'Cause yesterday it looked more like you were looking for a fight.
Мне кажется, это особенность их дружбы.
I assume Mizuki has told you that we're competitors? She has always believed that, ever since we were classmates. And now that I'm the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine, I'm sure she must feel the need to prove herself through her endeavors at the Isa bathhouse. The last thing she'd want is for me, of all people, to swoop in and save the day the moment the going gets tough. So if I want to help, I have to be mindful of her feelings and tread delicately. I'll take that as a compliment. Mizuki's always so considerate towards others. It would be nice for someone to reciprocate once in a while. Well done, you took the hint. Now, while I'm sure you'd love to chat longer, you seemed to be in a great hurry when you arrived. Shouldn't you be on your way?
Oh, right. Come on, let's send a message to Mizuki right away.
Don't tell Mizuki about our conversation, by the way. If she asks, just say that you figured it out all by yourself.
Просто так, ни на чем не основываясь, догадались, ага. Нас послали. Ух ты ж. Ну, таракань нас послали. Ну, с другой стороны, тьма таракань рядом с дворцом. Это Тенчу. Как, по-моему.
This should be the place Miko mentioned, right?
Traveler, Paimon.
Mizuki! That was quick.
All thanks to you two. With what I learned from those two guys, I managed to give Murasaki and Shion effective treatment as soon as I got back. That meant I was free to head out again as soon as I received your message. So, this is where Emura Ichigensai lives.
Sure hope so, 'cause this is our only lead. Wait, do you guys smell that too? Some kind of fragrance.
Then that confirms it. We've come to the right place. Now we may face great danger once we're inside. So from here on out, stay close to me and stay focused. I don't want either of you getting hurt.
We'll be fine. You just focus on what you need to do.
All right, fine. I suppose you're used to leading the charge.
Ну, путешественник, да? Паймон очень часто прячется за нашей спиной. Это очень очаровательно, но прячется. Что, данжик? Данжик. Одиночный режим. Ну, сейчас же, наверное, с нами Мидзуки будет, так что ветер у нас будет. Угу. кошмарик летает.
Whoa. This is not what Paimon was expecting. This is creepy. Feels like there are loads of eyes staring at us.
Calm, yet repressed. The signs are all there.
What is it, Mizuki? Figured something out?
Nothing new. Just further confirmation of my suspicions. Emura Ichigensai should be hiding deep inside this place.
Ой, вот это неожиданно.
He set up an ambush?
Seems like we're not welcome here.
Faster, stronger.
Light of the blazing sun!
Miss Yume Mizuki, you found me at last. Ah, and I see you brought some friends with you. Please, forgive my lack of hospitality.
Emura Chuya. So it is you.
Вот опять же, я так и знала. Но вообще-то не она догадалась про эту связь с Чуей. А другая Баку. Так что она просто сказала, да, это и правда ты.
Mizuki was right after all. Paimon wasn't expecting him to be so polite, though.
Но она уже, Пайман уже сказала, что да, Мизуки была права. Хотя, по-моему, изначально ведь была не ее идея. Ну ладно, не важно.
Please, do not call me by that name anymore. The old me was plagued by negative emotions. But I have parted ways with them now.
You have to listen to me. There is no way to get rid of all your negative emotions. This life you're living now is a lie.
Your perspective is most amusing.
What's so funny? Don't you know you're harming people?
Harming people? That's what you believe? Very well. I understand and accept your perspective, even if you cannot afford me the same courtesy in return.
What is up with him? He's being so calm and polite. So why does everything he says make Paimon want to punch him?
As you can see, Miss Yume Mizuki, all my psychological problems have been completely resolved. I must thank you for your attempts to diagnose my condition. But I see now that the truth is far simpler than you were proposing. All my misery was merely a consequence of human frailty. I could not hope to remove my emotional impurities on my own strength. I lived in fear and anger. Fear that I was not worthy of other people's attention. Anger at how they invalidated me. I became a slave to my emotions. They turned me into a wretched and loathsome creature. Hostile to everyone. But things are different now. I've acquired the ability to eradicate those emotions for good. No longer will I be afraid. Never again will I be stirred to anger. No. I am filled now with only one emotion, and that is happiness. I have become humanity perfected.
What I'm hearing is that you've developed your own unique understanding of psychological issues. So how about you play therapist this time? I have a couple of cases I'd love to hear your thoughts on.
I would be delighted.
The first is a soldier with poor control of his temper. He flies off the handle too easily, and it gets him into all sorts of trouble. This is having a significant impact on his daily life, and he's developed symptoms of depression.
He simply needs to let go of his anger. Then he will surely find peace and happiness.
The second is a fisherman who's developed thalassophobia. Now he is unable to provide for his family, which is causing him immense anxiety.
Oh, of course. He must cast his fear far away and forget it ever existed. Then he can return to the sea at once.
Мне так нравится. Да просто отбрось гнев. Да просто избавься от страха. Легко.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong on both counts.
Oh?
The soldier's anger is rooted in his strongly held principles. Yes, his rage can make him reckless, but it also fuels his deep desire to stand against injustice. Losing his anger made him passive and apathetic. He now stands by and does nothing as bandits attack innocent people. The fisherman's fear made him one of the most reliable sailors around. Thanks to his cautiousness and diligence, accidents were a rare occurrence among his crew, despite the dangers of their profession. But after forgetting his fear, he destroyed the fruits of the entire crew's labor on his first return to the sea. Fascinating, isn't it? Anger gives people the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and fear nurtures care and attention. Emotions are integral to human dreams, and after many years of dealing with their dreams, the Yumekoi Baku have learned an important secret about human emotions. Negative emotions do not just go away. They will always be there. This is true for everyone. Not only that, but their presence is essential. You can't have a healthy human psyche without negative emotion. So do you have any idea what you've done to those poor men?
What an amusing theory. In fact, I do remember those two. But I'm afraid that the only emotion I sense in them now is happiness. How can you believe that negative emotions are required for a healthy psyche? It's a laughable theory. Don't you remember how I was when we first met? You call that healthy?
Acknowledging that negative emotions exist doesn't mean giving them free rein over our minds and lives. Humans have a whole gamut of emotions. They're supposed to keep each other in balance. But if that balance gets disrupted, emotions start working against each other. Untethered rage cripples the capacity to be careful and considerate. Uncontained fear drives people to abandon beliefs they once held dear. The person you were when you first came to my practice only proves this further. You were dominated by your emotions. Under their influence, you deliberately inflicted pain on other people. Meanwhile, the person you are now is so lost that you aren't even aware of the pain you're bringing to others. This diagnosis is going to sound harsh, but I'm afraid it's accurate. You've simply gone from one extreme to another. You say you've reached perfection, but you're just as dysfunctional now as where you started.
How entertaining. Still, there's no need for me to argue back. You have failed to provoke me.
Его брови продолжение очков.
I will forgive you for this offense, because I know my present perfection to be a fact. I have direct and incontrovertible evidence. You once told me that nightmares are the result of a buildup of negative emotions. But ever since I acquired my present abilities, I never had another nightmare again. Clearly, that proves that all of my negative emotions have been definitively eradicated.
I'm afraid not. Look where we are right now. We're inside your nightmare.
What?
No wonder! Paimon knew something was up the moment we arrived!
The enemies that we encountered were manifestations of his negative emotions. That can only happen in a nightmare.
No, that can't be.
That entity claimed it could remove your negative emotions. But all it did was separate them and store them deep in your subconscious, beyond your reach. There they were left to fester.
Какой-нибудь нехороший юкай или кто у них там может быть, не знаю.
Your situation is far worse than that of the other victims. It has deceived you at a much deeper level. You can't even perceive that at this very moment, you're in the middle of a nightmare.
How laughable. Fear? No. There is no fear left in me. This is all just a terrible joke. This is no dream. No.
Something's appeared behind him.
So, my arch-nemesis has gained through my trickery. Clearly, you came prepared. The emotional cocoon I'd wrapped him in was all but impenetrable. Yet
So it is you. Just as I thought.
What is that?
A nightmare monster. A fearsome yokai that was once the bane of Inazuma.
Yokai Chitude.
We Yumekui Baku eat the nightmares of humans, while they called those nightmares their home. So we were natural enemies. When I heard the traveler recount that strange dream, I knew that this was a possibility. But it's still a shock to see one of our long-lost arch-enemies in the flesh. They were supposed to have gone extinct long ago.
then allow me to formally introduce myself.
Kurayume,
My name
черный
is
сон.
Kurayume, and I am the last of my kind.
Ну, наверное... Слушайте, наверное, так они и называются. Подождите, сейчас я погуглю. Интересно, интересно. Подождите. Так, переводчик. Так, с русского на японский. Кошмар. Ну, и что ты мне скажешь? Не, кошмар у нас по-японски по-другому. Ну, там, по-моему, есть слово демон. Ну, короче, Кура Юми. Куро это, по-моему, черный. Юми это сон. Сейчас, подождите. Ну, конечно, он мне показывает рок-группу из 90-х, кажется, японскую рок-группу и Кураюме из Геншина. Логично. Ну да, кстати, японская рок-группа буквально черный сон. Я правильно перевела.
Kurayume. That's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. How have you survived all these years?
Likewise, Midzuki is a name that takes me back to a different age. Although I must say, we may be born enemies, but I have never felt any great animosity toward you personally. Ultimately, the fall nightmare monsters was the fault of our hosts. Humans are such fragile creatures. But now, I have found a way to revive my kind, and you are too late to stop me.
Oh no! We've got to catch up to him!
Я вижу сундук, я вижу ориентир.
What's happening? Paimon's feeling dizzy all of a sudden.
That's the feeling of rejection. It's so strong. Quick! After him!
There he is! Right there! Whoa! What happened to all the paths?
He's repressing his emotions even harder.
Так, я не успела прочитать, что там было написано. А, наверное, вот это было написано. Ой! Использовать элементальный навык.
Turn that frown upside down.
Ну почему ты... Да серьезно? Не, я поняла, что перелет, просто... Блин, это... Я не могу это... Ой.
There! He's got nowhere left to run!
Конечно.
Whoa! What's happening to the ground?
Watch out!
Не туда, а не туда.
I used my powers to cushion our fall. Is everyone all right?
Don't worry, we've fallen from bigger heights before. The bigger issue here is that he got away and we were so close!
We've been completely cut off. That creature has taken complete control of his consciousness. We'll never catch him.
Would it be easier if we wake up now and go catch him in the real world? If this is his nightmare, he must be asleep somewhere, right?
Remember the fragrance we smelled on our way in? That's how the monster lures people into the dream state. Now we're inside. We can't get out unless we manage to defeat him in his true form. He's turned Emarachuya's nightmare into his lair. There's only one way to force him into the open, and that's by finding a way to eat this nightmare.
Eat this nightmare? But is that even possible?
Not only is it possible, Paimon, it's quite literally my job.
Oh, Paimon knows that. It's just... We all saw what happened to Murasaki and Shion, and this nightmare is super intense. Paimon's worried this won't turn out well.
This monster has harmed too many people. We have to stop it. It's okay. I knew what I was getting into. Let's get moving. We may not have caught him, but our chase wasn't in vain. He led us deep inside his dream. We should now be at the subconscious layer that makes up its core.
It's so dark.
That's what happens if you leave your negative emotions to fester. There must be a lot of emotional fragments in this place. We need to follow them one by one until we reach our destination.
Wait, but what is our destination?
Where the light is.
Ну ладно.
If I say it's your fault, it's your fault! Do you understand me? You shouldn't go running around with that stupid thing in your hand! Do you want to go hungry tonight?
Ugh, the atmosphere here is so... oppressive. Is it anger or fear?
Be careful. Every time we draw near to one of these fragments, we'll experience the underlying emotion on a visceral level.
Всего 4.
You, a writer? Didn't they reject you already? Get rid of this trash! Go find a real job!
Aw, poor guy. Paimon feels so bad for him.
We shouldn't stay here. Let's keep moving.
Ha ha! I won! Another round? That guy? He never joins in with anything. Why should we go out of our way to invite him? Let's keep playing. Ignore him.
Wow, that's so sad.
Nope. Not here either.
Look! There's the light!
По мне и там тоже было светло. Ну ладно, так скажете.
What is this place?
It's his sorrow. Yes, sheer overwhelming sorrow. Human emotions exist in a delicate balance. When that balance is lost, negative emotions spiral out of control and go on to fuel nightmares. By isolating these negative emotions and allowing them to fester, that monster has completely destroyed his emotional balance. If we want to restore balance, we have to dispose of the excess negative emotion.
Oh, so that's what you mean when you talk about eating nightmares.
Well done, Paimon.
Aw. Alright, what's the next step?
Well done, Paimon. Very clever. I need to find a way to separate the negative emotions out. For that, I need a special medium. Sorrow might just do the job. As long as it's kept in check, it can calm the waves of emotions and help him regain some measure of control.
Let it out, Chuya. Let the tears flow. You'll feel better after a good cry.
This process will untangle his unbridled fear and anger, his unresolved resentment, and his unshakable despair. These excess emotions will be separated out from the rest. They are the source of this nightmare.
Мультик не сейчас?
Мидзуки!
Несварение.
It's all right. It's an unpleasant flavor, but I've tasted it thousands of times. A good cry can work wonders. Even though he seems beyond helping, I think he should be able to take another step out from the swamp of despair now.
Are you ready to come out now, Chuya? I'll be waiting for you right here, son. I'd love to listen to more of your stories whenever you're ready.
После битвы? Ладно.
All right. There goes that nightmare. Hopefully this marks the beginning of a sweeter dream.
Amazing! Suddenly, Paimon feels so relaxed and maybe even happy?
I thought I had found the perfect host, but you found the one weakness in his emotional armor.
Ah! He's back again!
Freeing a single host from my clutches changes nothing! You cannot stop me! I told you you are too late!
Тогда попрошу глазки закрыть и прыгать.
What is this place?
I can't believe it. He's brought us to the Borderland.
Borderland?
To put it simply, it's a dream within a dream. A space hidden deep within the collective Inazuman subconscious. A dream that can exist even without a host.
Чего? Пространство, скрытое глубоко в коллективном, бессознательном инозумцев? Ох.
This must be how that monster managed to survive the extinction of his kind. He hid here.
Mizuki, that eye.
He's trying to turn this place into a nightmare so he'll be more at home. And he's creating copies of himself. This place is connected to the dreams of every human in the nation. From here, he can place a copy of himself in every dream.
Да, что-то напоминает. Да я даже не то, что это что-то напоминает, а скорее серии «Как далеко они решили копнуть».
If he succeeds, then he'll have effectively revived his kind already.
Then we know what we need to do. We gotta take this guy down. Do we think a sword will do the job?
Maybe, if we can get close enough to reach his core. But he's brought the nightmares of all his victims here, and that gives him an immense amount of power. Dealing with this many in one go is going to take a different approach. We need a power to rival his nightmares. The power of sweet dreams.
Мы можем помочь с этим.
Sweet dreams? Where are we gonna find those?
Lost minds. There should be some around here, and some of them will have come from sweet dreams originally. Come on, follow me.
Я думала, нас попросят помочь, ну ладно.
Careful. We've got to move quietly. The nightmare monster has usurped control here. We need to stay out of his sight.
Ой! Ай, мне страшно. Не долечу. Конечно же, не долечу. Как туда попасть? Ой. Так. Она ж хилит, по-моему, только своей... Взрывом, по-моему.
Darkness
Нет,
closing.
немножко не успели, ладно.
Let the mountain's veins boil. Sweet dreams.
Я вспомнила, что мы можем сделать, чтобы туда перебраться. Нет, не ем.
Start the clock. Quick as a flash. Full speed ahead. Cha! Pyroclastic surge.
Chasing Tanuki through the woods and climbing trees to hunt for Onikabuto. Thank you for lending us your happiness.
Time to relax.
Watching fireworks fly up into the sky and writing wishes on a prayer plaque.
Это какое было? Счастливый сон. Чей? Ой, не чей, а какой?
Thank you for sharing your passion.
Восторг.
All right, we've gathered enough power to proceed. Time to face him head on.
Давай.
The core should be just up ahead. This will be a tough fight.
Why? Are these sweet dreams not sweet enough?
I just wish we could have gathered some more. But these are all we could find in the immediate vicinity. Which means we're running out of time. Our chances of success are shrinking by the minute. We have to act now.
Ну, у нас же есть хорошие сны.
No problem. We're ready to go.
Мы бы могли бы поделиться. Или здесь нельзя? Ну ладно. Не больно ли хотелось?
Turn that frown upside down.
Долетим, как думаете? Все долетели. Ай! Не-не-не-не-не-не, подожди. Нельзя. Секунда. Но! Не долетели.
The alacrity with which you walk into my trap surprises me. Do you not realize why I lured you here? Because this is nothing to me. The world where I move.
Not yet it isn't. Yachan, Taechan, let's go! Sweet dreams! Now, use the power of the good dreams.
I think you will find it to be quite ineffective against the power of my nightmares.
Ой, прошу прощения.
Light of the blazing sun!
I must confess, I am somewhat confused. Both of us bring happiness to humans now.
Because the happiness you provide is a lie. All you do is make them forget their negative emotions exist. And now they're living under the illusion that they're gone for good. All the while, these repressed feelings continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually becoming nightmares intense enough to become your home. Your kind has always thrived by magnifying your host's negative emotions for your own gain. What you're doing now is no different from what you've always done.
Incorrect. This time, I shall change the fate of my entire kind. When a human becomes dominated by their negative emotions, they lose their ability to survive. That is how my kin died out. But I can give them a fantasy instead, turning them into the perfect hosts, capable of surviving no matter how dire the situation in their subconscious gets. This is the path to a revival. My kin shall rise again!
You do realize what that means, don't you? You've gone from one extreme to the other.
Oh, I'm perfectly aware. There is nothing you can say that I do not already know. For over all the years that your kind has been learning about the human mind, I have been hiding here, watching and learning from the fruits of your labor. But I'm afraid I could not care less for the moral burdens that you impose upon yourselves. The health of the human psyche is of precisely zero interest to me. Now here's a question well worth thinking about. If we allowed the humans themselves to decide, which of us would they really choose? You or me? Do you see now? I won this battle long before you ever set foot inside this tree.
What's going on?
He's growing stronger, but we've exhausted the power of the sweet dreams already. Even if we could find more sweet dreams now, it still wouldn't be enough.
If you accept that negative emotions are an immutable presence in the human mind, then you must also know that such emotions include apathy and sloth. Without the Yumeki Baku, there to hold their hand and walk them through dream regulation therapy, do you honestly think that anyone would ever be inclined to embrace the negative emotions? No, they would sooner run from reality to forget all about their troubles and live inside an illusion.
But the whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist. Traveler. These feelings. So that's how they should taste.
Ей, мы дали ей вкусняшку.
Longing, caused by separation. So bitter, and yet the experience led to a whole new journey for you. If you keep pressing on, maybe even more precious memories await. Despair, caused by failure. Icy cold, and yet in conquering this despair, you gained the courage to face the lightning.
Бросить вызов молнии, это о ком речь? Про Эй?
Regret, caused by missed opportunity, a harsh aftertaste. And yet it's only through that loss that we can learn to appreciate everything we have. And after all these flavors comes sweetness, passion, and refreshed hope. So that's why I was able to taste a sweet dream at our first meeting. Long before you ever met me, you'd already gained the courage to never avoid or run away from your feelings. And all your nightmares had become the fuel for sweeter dreams. The power that you have gained by processing everything from your long journey is surely far stronger than any power wielded by that creature. The whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist was to try and help people become someone like you.
Особенно Пайман грозно смотрится. Я прям по моське надает. Ой, а почему вы одни? Что так игра? Ой, кстати, нам переделали эту, как его
Your
звать?
dream is so powerful.
Traveler, give him all you've got.
Нам отдали обратно это, как его звать, эти элементы электро. Хотя мы тут сюда пришли с огнем. Интересно, почему? Я уж не помню, как в электро играть. Бью. Ой, не могу. Ну, точнее, я не люблю их, если не знаю... Да, все равно не люблю. Точнее, именно поэтому не люблю. Механику, точнее. Да, я вижу, что она не любит. Вот эти облачка-то, это ведь ее скилл. Вот эти вот. Я по-моему, в начале, но края как раз я бегала с Мидзуки, я ее получила, не помню. Ее то ли бесплатно раздавали, то ли нет. И как раз в начале на края я с ней репутацию, а другую качала. Как раз. Не совсем он сказал, не просто один счастливый сон, а скорее счастливый сон одного человека. Тут, наверное, правильно. Хотя, наверное, без разницы. Ну ладно, опять я придираюсь.
Once the false dream he created has been destroyed, I can make sure all his victims make a full recovery. I don't think I ever would have been able to do this without your help.
Don't mention it.
Мультик.
What? He's still not dead? Wait, does anyone else hear water? Where is that coming from?
Maybe he made his host build some kind of device in the underwater cave. Once he realized we were onto him, he decided to sacrifice his host.
So you mean we're in danger in the real world too?
We've got to wake up.
But how? Like, pinch ourselves?
This should be high enough. Traveler, Paimon, jump.
Huh?
Давайте, мультик.
If you're afraid, then just take my hand and close your eyes.
Нельзя открывать глаза, пока ты не скажешь. А подглядывать?
Yes, just like the last time.
Я хочу подглядывать. Ролик. Подглядываем.
Hold on tight. The Yomekui Baku are getting to work.
Я, по-моему, это ролик видела. Сейчас жрать будут. Жрут. Реально жрут. Ничего себе он вымахал-то. Пайма, только ты эту гадость не ешь, хорошо? Ставьте Пайма жалобы.
It's finally over. It's a good thing I had the foresight to ask them for help, or I'd be the one dying from indigestion tonight. They were very delicious. Traveler, could I pick your brain with another question? What do you think humans tend to have more of? Happy dreams or bad ones?
Жлобы. Не, слушайте, мне кажется, и Пайман не надо. У нее точно будет несварение желудочка. Пусть лучше она нормальную еду ест, не вот это самое. Как вы думаете, какие чаще снятся сны людям? Счастливые сны или кошмары? Ну, я не знаю, как вам, мне однозначно снятся счастливые сны. Но точнее, они даже не то чтобы счастливые, они скорее интересные. Это скорее как приключение какое-то во сне, которое достаточно часто хочется продолжить, придумать, ну, точнее, как продолжить, даже не придумывать. Я очень часто продолжаю свой сон наяву, заканчиваю его, там, не знаю, придумываю его концовку, вот. Но кошмары, они, конечно... Ну, кошмары, да, бывают, но тьфу-тьфу, не так часто. Никакие не снятся? Не, мне часто снятся сны. Вот недавно снился какой-то кошмар. Я, по-моему, даже маму разбудила. Но я выбираю счастливые сны.
If only that were true.
10-секундный сон несколько месяцев? Ну не, ну так быть такого не может. Как так-то? Смотрите, слева кто ходит. Это дева, не помню, как они называются. Красивые. Не, мне сны часто снятся. Кошмары, к счастью, редко, но они и... Ну, не то чтобы они прям ярче и запоминаются, но они как бы, ну, кошмары, они на то и кошмары, они как-то так, бодрят, скажем так.
Most people struggle to deal with their negative emotions. They bottle them up inside until they've festered and turned into nightmares. As a result, humans have far more bad dreams than good ones, and most happy dreams are short and fleeting. They are so rare that it's basically impossible for them to be shared with others.
Ну, не знаю. Вообще категорически не согласна. Может, конечно, я бы не назвала свои сны счастливыми, которые не кошмары, но они реально всегда интересные. Ну, не то чтобы прям 100% всегда, но они... Зеркальная дева, точно, да. Но они интересные. Хочется продолжения. Хочется продолжать смотреть этот сон. Ну или придумывать продолжение наяву. Я бы назвала это скорее счастливыми снами все-таки. Витя, а тебе часто снятся сны и кошмары?
Heck, there are even people out there who only have the mind space to have happy dreams after they've given us their bad ones. Which is all to say that the dreams we get to taste are usually bad ones. No matter how hard we try, we can't seem to change this state of affairs.
Ладно, будем считать, что в мире игры в основном снятся дурные сны. Но я категорически с этим не согласна.
I once believed the only reason we Umekui Baku existed was to serve as a disposal method for nightmares. It's a fate that we cannot escape, no matter how many dreams we eat or how many years pass by. Even though I call myself a clinical psychologist, I also have dark thoughts sometimes. I suppose that's the only problem I have. Still, after learning the principles of psychology, I came up with a new way to look at all of this. If we can use psychotherapy to help people come to terms with their emotions, they'll gain the ability to deal with their nightmares on their own, so they'll no longer need to call upon us for assistance. That way, more and more people can free up their minds for truly happy dreams until there'll be enough to share around.
Когда работал? По 15 часов. Я часто есть и тонул. В смысле, во сне тонул. По-моему, это не очень весело звучит.
A naive one, more like. Even though I've run this business for quite a long time now, it still hasn't come true. Not even once. So I must thank you, Because after meeting you, I finally became sure that my wish is achievable. And knowing that is all the treatment I need against the dark thoughts I sometimes have.
Paimon was just watching the Baku eat the nightmares. They got really full and started rolling around on their tummies. It was so cute. Anyway, that's why Paimon fell behind. Got a little distracted watching them. Oh, and speaking of Baku, we were gonna book another appointment with you, weren't we? Remember? Before we got caught up in all those nightmare shenanigans?
It's a little late for that now. Ask me again tomorrow.
Oh.
Still, the night is young. Wanna stay here and watch the moon with me for a little longer?
Huh?
Поле предательницы снов. Мы прошли.
The moon sure is beautiful tonight.
Да-да-да, луна, завтра у нас будет очень лунный день, вечер. Надеюсь, не ночь. Так, а где мы, кстати, досидим? А, это на остров Ритто. Прикольно. Вид красивый. Так, что, все? И не было. Эх, ну и ладно. Еще какой-то... А, у нас еще не все. Пойдемте сюда. Ну, сейчас должна быть ей. Ну, хоть где-то, ну, хоть чуть-чуть, ну, хоть секундочку. Или Мику будет, наверное. Но это не точно.
Excuse me! Hello! Please come register over here!
What's going on? Why are there so many guests? Had I known, I'd have definitely turned some of them back.
Мику, где благодарность за устранение конкуренции? Я все еще не понимаю, почему они считают друг друга конкурентами, я не знаю. Мне это кажется нелогичным.
Oh, it looks like business is booming with Amura Ichigensai out of the picture. And it's good to see that Murasaki and Shion are well on the road to recovery.
Morning, you two. Want to make an appointment?
Yes, please. For today, if possible.
С тестом много работал. Вот и такой был кошмар. В тот момент не было снов, а сейчас кошмаров нету. Ну, я помню, у меня с детства был один и тот же кошмар. Причем всегда, когда я ложилась... Причем этот кошмар всегда был на одной и той же кроватке. Я из-за этого ее очень долго не любила. А когда мы переехали, этот кошмар ни разу не возвращался. То есть кроватка осталась та же, а кошмар не вернулся, слава богу.
Then I better get you another VIP pass. You're our most important customers after all.
Awesome! In that case, very important Paimon would like to start with the fine dining this time.
Oh my. Imagine if you'd taken my advice and sold your shares the other day. It could have cost you dearly now that business is booming again. I hope you're not too upset with me, old friend.
Кошмар съела Паймон, кроватка на все времена. Не, сейчас уже, конечно... Это... Ну, короче, ладно, это долго объяснять. Паймон тогда еще не было.
Why would I be upset? It's not as if I ever took your suggestion seriously.
Oh, I've missed that way with words. So affectionate.
Would it kill you to not sneak up on people every darn time?
Morning, little ones. Did you enjoy the scenery last night? Hardly. That tree was directly beneath the Grand Narukami Shrine. What was I supposed to do? Move the entire shrine to give you some privacy?
Is there a reason you're here, Lady Guji?
Mostly because I felt like a walk. But I do have a message from the Tenryo Commission to pass on as it happens. The gentleman who your fellow Yumeku Ibaku fished out of the water last night is no longer in a critical condition, although his mind seems to have regressed to that of a young child.
Нифига себе, откатился до уровня маленького ребенка.
It could have been worse, I suppose. Lady Guji, I owe you my thanks. Without your help, things might have gone a lot less smoothly yesterday.
Hmm?
Мы ничего не говорили.
Come on, Miko. You've always been worse than me at keeping secrets. I admit that I feel inferior around you, and have an urge to prove myself. How could I not? But maybe these feelings are what have driven me to take this business as far as I have.
Чё-то я смотрю, ВК сегодня в ударе. Сколько он уже 4 раза падал. А прикинь завтра, если он завтра еще будет падать.
My sense of inferiority keeps my ego in check, and my desire to prove myself gives me the strength to persevere. I'm able to accept these parts of me for what they are. There's no need for you to tiptoe around them.
Oh, you could have told me sooner. The poor traveler here has been doing all my running around for me.
True. But then again, without the traveler's help, you'd have been placed in a difficult position. True. But then again, without the traveler's help, you'd have been placed in a difficult position.
Типа если бы мы не появились, Мику было бы сложнее помочь ей.
Oh, you could have told me sooner. The poor traveler here has been doing all my running around for me.
Emira Ichigensai had amassed a huge following. For the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine to publicly go against him would have been a dangerous move. An angry mob of zealots could have done some serious damage to the shrine's reputation. Much safer for the Guji not to get personally involved. It was the right decision.
While that's all true, my main concern was that I didn't want to upset an old friend. Otherwise, I could have taken a much more direct approach.
О, Мико.
Miko.
Моя цитата, моя фраза.
I always seem to forget that you're more cunning and less adorable than you look. Seems like my worries about upsetting you were unfounded.
Ой, опять Мику включила Мико.
It's not that I don't get upset. Everyone has their fair share of troubles, but every sorrow has its cure. Here's your new VIP pass. Please take good care of it.
hello, little one. It's been a while since you last came to seek your fortune at the shrine.
Could we go over your past experiences when you have a moment? There's a lot of gaps in your medical history I need to fill in.
Все.
Oh, hello, little one.
А ведь все. Так, с ними можно поговорить?
Ugh, we've got to turn some of them back.
И все? Больше... А вторая где?
So sorry. I'm still registering the last customer.
Ну ладно, вроде на выходе. Интересно, как они там ролики сделали, которые можно пересмотреть? Я очень давно хочу, чтобы они это сделали. Они, по-моему... Слушай, я недавно обнаружила, что они в ХСР это сделали. Причем не просто ролики, там, по-моему, все диалоги можно перечитывать, пересматривать. Я очень жду, когда это в Геншине сделают. Или ты думаешь, что они это сделают уже сейчас? Вот в ближайшем патче? Так, что я хотела сделать? Смотрите, всего 5 осталось. Смотрите, какой прогресс на лицо, да? Да? Недавно тут 100-500 еще было их. Какая я молодец. А, ну вот, кстати, еще эти отображаются точно. Так, ну что, осталось 5 штук. Ну вот, когда мы это будем делать, я не знаю. Видимо, будем ждать следующего квеста а-ля Дурин. Всего лишь 5 стримов, действительно. Да, но для этого... Тут просто с Дурином, несмотря на то, что я такое не люблю, как вы знаете, с Дурином оказалось удобно сделать эти квесты. Хотя сегодня, кстати, его часть была... О, смотрите. Да, вот, все, он исчез. Осталось только эти два. Вот. На удивление оказалось удобно доделать хоть что-то дополнительно. Но сегодняшняя часть была больше часа. До этого они были минут 35-40. А, задание легенды намекает. Нет, ничего не знаю. Так, ладно, возвращаемся в Ноткрай. Так, ну вроде все. Так, ладно. На этой радостной ноте мы закругляемся. У нас, ну, нормально, около 4 часов. Хорошо получилось. Ну, мне квест понравился. Опять же, то, что я, наверное, и ожидала от этого квеста, немножко инадзумовского лора накатили. Лора уровня, я не знаю, как вот в свое время квесты Джунли были, но все равно было... Мне нравится такое. Немножко про юкаев, что-то такое вот. Всегда мне хочется приятно знать такие маленькие детали. Они, с одной стороны, ничего такого прям радикально нового, глобального, наверное, не привнесли, но чуть-чуть приоткрыли еще одну завесу тайны над местным лором. Ну, точнее, местным лором имеется в виду конкретного региона, а не вообще всего Тайвата. Вот. Ну и на этом, значит, все. Завтрашний стрим... Ой, я, конечно, переживаю, каким он будет длинным. Потому что завтрашний патч, там опять будет 2 главы, 7 и 8. Вот. Я рассчитываю, конечно... Ну, то есть, смотрите, если первую главу мы закончим за 3-4 часа, то 8 главу мы точно начнем завтра же. Вот. Но если вдруг первая глава будет слишком длинной, то, наверное, придется делить на 2 стрима. Я просто посмотрела, 6.0 у нас был очень длинный патч, потому что там первая глава была 6 часов, и вторая глава была 6 часов. Ну, то есть 12 часов это многовато. А вот последующие 6.1, 6.2, они были уже 6-8 часов. То есть вот если 6-8 часов, то завтра мы... То есть вот как прошлые были 6.1, 6.2, то мы завтра все осилим. А если как 6.0, ну я все-таки надеюсь, что не как 6.0. Ну, в общем, ну вы поняли. Вот, как-то так. Ну и, конечно же, завтра на стриме самое первое, что мы будем делать, это, конечно же, призывать Колумбину. Без этого никак, да. И вам тоже сердечко. В общем, всем спасибо за компанию. И завтра, наверное, я думаю, будет часов с 16. 16:00, скорее всего. Я, по крайней мере, постараюсь. Вот. Чтобы, если будет совсем длинный стрим, чтобы он был не очень долгим. Ну, имеется, точнее, он в любом случае будет очень долгим. Чтобы он был не прям совсем уж допоздна. Вот. Всем пока-пока.
I command the thunder in all corners of the world to cease. Rest well tonight.
Определенно увидим ее без маски, если мы про Колумбину, потому что ее элементальный взрыв, как раз таки она открывает глаза. Все, всем пока.